my routine on my way into work. I just figured I'd record it for fun. Taking the garbage out to the road before we go. I'll respond to your guys' comments, but I'll be driving the entire time, so I won't be able to read them. It's a lovely morning. It's a little chilly here. I think it's like 65 degrees, I want to say, which is cold for here in a tropical area. All right, trash away. On my way to work. Sun's just coming up. Just give you a little view. This is my morning routine. Usually I'm a little bit late. That's okay. Hey, my bag. Just got my work keys and stuff like that in it. Here we go. Hope everybody has a great day today. I'm looking forward to see Jamal's comment this morning. Always an uplifting little note that he does. When I go by Lago, I'll try to put the phone up, but I can't promise anything because I'll be driving, so I don't want to endanger myself or others on the road. Little malfunction with the seatbelt, but that's all right. All right, let's get going. Figure out a way to position the phone so that, maybe in my lap like this. That might be okay. I don't have a holder. In my car, in my truck, I've got a holder that I'll be able to mount. It'll be more like this or out on the road, but for right now. Hey, John, good morning. Yeah, I haven't slept either. I woke up at like 1. And, yeah. It's one of those things. I'm an insomniac sometimes. But the good news about that is that's how I met you, Abdul, and the entire community. If I wasn't an insomniac, I wouldn't have seen it. I could prop it up against my bag. How's that? No, that's not good. I want to get it fixed before I drive, because once I start driving, I'm not gonna be able to adjust it. No, bro, you gotta go to sleep, man. I understand. I'm just doing this for fun, just to see. I just want to try to get a good position, because once I set it up, that's it. It's done. I'm driving. Like I said, I've got a little holder in my truck, but shit, I guess just in my lap. No. Alright, I'm gonna try it like that. Prop it up. If it falls down while I'm driving, I'm not gonna be able to adjust it. So sorry if you guys see the ceiling for the rest of the ride. We got a 20-mile drive from Loxahatchee to West Palm Beach. So, all right, John. I hope you have it. Oh, good morning, Mrs. Good morning, Mrs. I'm just doing this for fun, just to just to do, you know. I had a fun time talking with Team Clarity last night. That was cool. John did a little thing with ramen noodles. He did a post of, and I've got an awesome little ramen noodle recipe, which I used to make for my kids all the time when we were tight on money and stuff. But ramen is, it's a lifesaver, really. You know, for 17 cents, you used to be able to eat. You know. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Well, let me rephrase that. I know what happened. I left the Wi-Fi from my house and it disconnected. So I guess I got to recap now because I realized that I was off. But yeah, John made a ramen noodle dish. I used to make those for my kids all the time, and I make it with peanut butter and soy sauce, some eggs, vegetables. Ramen's great because you just throw any leftovers that you have in the house over there and throw it right in, you know? So I think you guys are going to be with me for about 30 to 45 minutes. I think that's the length of my drive, you know. Before I get on the main road, I'll just give you guys like a little view of what's this is a farm that right now they should actually, I think they're sowing some peppers because this is the growing season down here, wintertime. But as you can see, the sun's just coming up. It's beautiful. Beautiful morning. Anytime on this side of the earth is a good day. And everybody appreciate that because, you know, some people don't wake up, you know. But I got to put you guys down because I'm going to get on the main road and get going on. Nope, might get the light. Oh, I got the light. Okay, alright, I'm on the main road now. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's see, let me recap everything that last night. I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and I saw that Auntie was live. I put her on and she truck stop. Gotta stop. There's a lot of trucks out here, a lot of dump trucks, a lot of big trucks. You gotta watch out for those because if those guys hit you, Solomon knows about that. I've seen little cars just torn up to look like an aluminum can when they hit those trucks. You know? So, yeah. Anyways, I woke up a little bit early. Couldn't sleep and saw that Auntie was on. And I caught I'm glad I got to say goodnight to her as she was going to bed. Oh, Jesus Christ. 6:40 in the morning and these people are driving like idiots. So I woke up and I saw Auntie was on and got on, and then she was put in the fire, and I laid down, tried to get to sleep, but I just couldn't. So it happens, and like I said, though, that's how I met you guys, was because of my insomnia and being up at all hours of the night. I can clearly remember the first night. I was just zipping through live streams of people. My wife, I got home from the airport. It was late. Was just zipping through live streams and saw this guy that's a vegan chef. And I was like, oh, cool. Specifically, what I went to New York for was to look for specialty diet stuff. There wasn't much over there. They had I think the only vegan thing that I saw at the New York Food and Wine Festival was a butternut squash taco, and it was really nothing to write home about. But when I go to these events and stuff like that, I'm specifically looking for gluten-free and vegetarian, vegan, things like that, because like I said, I've had to cook for clients that have had a low FODMAP diet or diabetic or something like that. So I'm always looking. A lot of my private clients are elderly, and they have dietary restrictions. Like I said, the most complicated one that I had to do was low FODMAP, because they wanted spaghetti or something, but they can't eat potatoes, they can't eat peppers. There's so many things, and it has to do with the chemical balance of the nutrients that affect their body. And that was the roughest one, because they could eat green pepper. Don't quote me on this, because I don't remember. So that's how it is. There was the original movie Tarzan that was filmed. It was black and white, and the guy who played the actor actually bought property out here, bought about 5 acres, and he had tigers and stuff like that out there. He literally had tigers out here. Everybody thought he was crazy, when I was growing up. When you get wild animals and stuff like that, it's like, you gotta be careful. They're still wild animals, Get hungry. It was on the menu. So like I said, I hope everybody's having a great morning. John, it's awesome that you joined doing thing, my normal daily routine. Like I said, when my truck bag's supposed to be fixed today, hopefully, I've got a little pod that fits on the air conditioning vent. I can film going in. And I don't know if you guys want to see it. I'll record it every morning with you guys. I won't be able to comment until after, but I'm happy to comment after. Probably after work, because once I get to work, usually I gotta hit the ground running and keep going. But I'll give you guys a little tour of the life as much as I can. Once I get near the building, actually, once as soon as I get on the island, I'll go by Lago, and then I'm gonna have to cut the live because I'm specifically not allowed to film or photograph on my property. But maybe when I get my truck, maybe I'll. We've got to go through Palm Beach is an island, West Palm Beach, and there's one bridge that gets over there. And where the current president-elect lives is called Mar-a-Lago. So now the city sets up this whole brigade. Any truck going onto the island over this one bridge has got to be checked before. And anybody going onto his property has a big elaborate thing that they do. I had jury duty about 4 months ago. Because he's an ex-president, he still gets Secret Service protection at the time. So anytime he's in town down here, yeah, we got to go through checkpoints. If you've got a van or a pickup truck at all, you literally got to pull over and let them search your vehicle before you go through. I was just going over for lunch because I was on jury duty, and town hall wasn't that far away from where I work. So I called up one of my coworkers, asked him to make a sandwich for me, because in the downtown area it would have been expensive for me to go have lunch when I could have it for free. But I had to get searched and everything before I even got on the island. Usually, like this time of day, they don't start the searches till like 8 o'clock. So it's almost 7 now. I should be able to just cruise right by the center, get right in. I'm in my wife's car, so they don't stop like little cars. They're looking for the big trucks and the pickup trucks. So that's how it goes. I'm at a stoplight now. Let me see if I can. Yes, Mrs. King's challenge for food restrictions is still making food taste good. Yes, exactly. And that is the biggest thing. That's why I said when I went for vegan options, the fact that Abdul has tasted all the food that he's recreating, he knows how it's supposed to taste, and he knows the flavor profile, and he knows, and that's one of the toughest things that you got to do when you've got to take out the key ingredients. Like, how do you make spaghetti without tomatoes? You've got to really know your flavors and know your food and stuff like that, to make something that's satisfying for somebody. Not just satisfying, but delicious, because it's got to be good. My hardest thing was after COVID, or when COVID hit, I went from a catering business. I literally got shut down, and one of the good benefits was they closed off air travel, so there was a lot of the members that live in Palm Beach that are used to going to like France or something like that. They're used to not spending their summers in Florida. They were stuck here, and they didn't know what to do. Restaurants were closed, and they didn't know how to eat. So because they couldn't fly, they couldn't go to restaurants, they couldn't. A lot of people don't know how to cook for themselves, especially a lot of people that don't want to eat. And You know, some of them couldn't even figure out the recipe to boil water. You know, but I turned my catering business around. I was ordering to go packages from Amazon, stuff like that, and making these meals and sustaining myself, um, feeding my family, essentially, because whatever they ate, they paid for all the ingredients, and I charged them for all the ingredients. But there was always leftovers. There was always enough for me to feed my family because of it. So we pretty much had free food during the pandemic. Plus, I was getting paid not only to make the food, but I charged them a little bit to deliver it out. It sustained us, you know. During the season, before the season closed, my club, I was fortunate enough to be employed where they were paying me to actually, they were paying us to be there. We turned the whole entire club into like a drive-through service where the members would call up in the morning and order, and there was a handful of us that were there just making to-go boxes, kind of like McDonald's or something like that, you know. There was just one or two valets that worked. Now, normally in a running, we've got 150 staff, you know, which we feed every day. We feed them lunch. If we're open for dinner, they get fed dinner too. So that's a job just in itself, just feeding the staff. We've got one guy dedicated to doing the employee meal. Karar. He takes care of the employee meals. That's the first thing he does in the morning. And by 10:30 a.m., he's got food for 150 people ready to go. And then when we open at 12, he jumps down and helps me work the lunch line, among other things, among so many other things. There's so many other things that he does in between, you know, which we all do. You know. When you're in a kitchen, there's always something to do, always something that needs to be done, you know. Oh, the sun's just peeking over the clouds. Not enough to get right in my eyeballs, but that's what I didn't like with the time change. All summer, I'm driving to work in the dark, and now the sun's coming up on my way in. Usually in the summer, if I wake up and the sun's up, I know I'm late for work. And that sucks. It's getting a little trafficy. There's a lot of stuff and a lot of people flying by. I wish I could view the chat, but I'm driving, so I will read it. I just got to read it after I park or I hit a red light. Right now I'm lucky I haven't. Oh, red light coming up. I was gonna say right now I was lucky I haven't hit much red lights, but yeah. Red light. Let me see. All right, it's okay. Yes, family meal. Yes, family meal. That's what we call it. John, let me tell you something, brother. You learn how to make a meal. First thing I learned how to do is make a steak dinner. Women like it. learn to make one meal, you know? John, you don't know how long you're going to be here. You never know. You could be gone tomorrow, brother. The drop of a hat. Enjoy your life like it's your last day on earth, man. You know? Because it might be. Treat people, even better yet, treat people like it's your last day on earth, man. Because that's how they're going to remember you. You know? You want to be an asshole? You say, Brandon died. He was a fucking asshole. He was always an asshole. Or he was, you know, how do you want to be remembered? How do you want your children to remember you, your family to remember you, you know? That's how I live. I don't know. I lost a lot of people in my life, you know. Most of the people that I hung out with and grew up with are either in prison or dead, you know. Most of them through drugs or alcohol. I'm lucky to have gotten out of it, out of that lifestyle. Actually took me getting arrested to finally getting caught doing all the shit that we were doing as kids. To get my head straight, get my life in order, you know, get adjusted. I didn't live in the ghetto, you know, like Solomon. In West Palm Beach, we don't really have a ghetto like some of the cities. We have areas that are bad with crime and stuff like that, but it's not like areas that the police don't go through or are scared to go through. Because there's some cities in the United States where the police won't go. You call 911 and they're not showing up, you know. And if they do, it's a couple hours later with 10 cop cars, you know, which is sad. It's not like that, but there was areas. The neighborhood I lived in when I was a teenager, I moved out of my parents' house, and just a couple of us. Ooh, a lot of cop activity. But you didn't go out at nighttime, you know. There was gunshots. There was a little downtown West Palm Beach, you know. Actually, in like 1995, there was a family called the Parson family. I think you can Google it. They literally turned a whole neighborhood. They bought every house on the street and turned it into a drive-through for crack. And I can remember that because they arrested the family, and it was almost like a mob thing where they had everybody lined up, where they got caught with $28 million. Where this family had, nobody was working, but there was like, I don't know, 10 or 15 family members. Ooh, sun's getting in my eyes now. It's shaking. Basically just turned the block into a drive-through for crack. They just bought every house, they harassed everybody around. But when you're down in those kind of areas, you don't snitch on your neighbors, even if they're doing shit that's not legit. You don't snitch on them, you know. You mind your business. That's the way you stay out of trouble. You mind your business, do your thing. That's it. I'm about halfway there, guys. If you guys are watching, No idea. But if you like this, I could do this every morning once I get my truck. I said I'll have a better view for you guys. Maybe even show the road like Solomon does, you know? The only thing that sucks is I can't hear your comments. Maybe I can hook it up on Discord like Team did the other night. Because that's cool. I like to chit chat. Maybe John, you can bedtime so that we can have morning chit chat for coffee time for me and good night time for you. That would be cool. I enjoy the interaction, you know. God damn it. Sun's up. It's kicking right in my freaking face. I want to say it's cold here, but most of you guys are all up north, and I don't want to brag. It's cold for me. I got my hoodie on. It's like 60-something degrees. It's pretty freaking chill for here. In July, I was working maintenance, and it was over 100 degrees. So I'm working in the heat constantly during the summer. Except when I get a job. We started refinishing the floors inside, and that's good because it's in the air conditioning. But sometimes you have to breathe in a lot of the chemicals. You gotta wear masks and stuff like that. Driving my wife's car, which I'm not a big fan of, but I like my pickup truck. Got an ashtray in it. I can smoke on my way to work. Now that I'm using her car, it's a cup of water. Dip the butts in. Oh. While I'm driving by. Oh, shit. Don't do that. While I'm driving by. That's an airport. That's Palm Beach International Airport. If Donald Trump's in town, his plane will be coming right up. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see it. On the other side of those trees. That's it. This is the security that they all do. They put all these buses up. I guess that's to prevent somebody from crashing their way through. Yeah. I hate driving in this time of morning. Technically, I'm supposed to be there at 7. It's going to be a slow day, and we had a long weekend, so I'm taking the liberty of coming in a little bit late. I don't have to bum a ride. Like I said, my truck's been down for the last 2 weeks. I've been getting rides with people, and that sucks. It really sucks because like I said, I'm 20 miles from my job. There's only a handful of people, like 3-4 people that I work with out of the 150 that are going my way. That can even get me remotely close to home if I need a ride. Granted, most people there will give me a ride if I needed it, if I got stuck. And same with me. I'd go out of my way if somebody needed a ride home from work. Ooh, right at a stoplight. We're on I-95 right now. I'll give you guys a little view. That's the off-ramp. There's everything going on. You see that sun is kicking. This is where usually, I guess it's a little cold. Usually there's some homeless guys on these median strips asking for money. Not today though. Guess it's a little cold. And it's a Tuesday morning. Yeah. Pretty soon we're going to be getting by Mar-Largo. I'll pull that up. Right after I get by Mar-Largo, I'm going to cut it off. But I hope everybody has a great morning. Enjoys it. Sun in my eyeballs. Let me see. Thank you, Mrs. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're awake. I know you guys stay up all hours. I'm really impressed with Abdul's videos and his editing. Those are awesome. I wish I had the time to sit down and do it. I used to do that way back in the day. Edit photos and things like that. Nowadays the technology is far surpassed. I mean, it wouldn't take me long. It doesn't take me long to get into it. I'm pretty smart when it comes to it, but just nowadays, I kind of let it go, you know? But when Photoshop came out, we had a professional Photoshop, and I was a master at it, you know? I could take old pictures, just back in the day when you had to actually airbrush them and manually edit all the photos. You couldn't just click a button that said, you know, make it new. All right. I'm going to try to all right, see, this is going into Palm Beach. This is the first checkpoint that they do. As you can see, they're pulling over every truck. They're gonna have him checked. See, he's talking to this guy. If he wants to go onto the island, they're gonna search him. You know. They're just asking where he's going, stuff like that. Then you got assholes that just pull out in front of you like this guy. Just drive in the middle. Yeah, why not? So this is if you've got a truck or a van or anything like that, you got to get through this little area over here, and they're going to search you for dogs, or the dogs are going to search you. This is the main bridge to get over to Palm Beach on Southern Boulevard. It's all new. That's the Intercoastal Waterway, which was designed in, I think, World War II, so that we could do shipping up and down the coast and not have to worry about submarines sinking our ships. That's Mar-Largo right there. You can see the police tower up there. You can see those Coast Guard boats out in the intercoastal. They got machine guns on the front. It's actually pretty cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to go. Love y'all. Have a great day.